All right, what's going on? Welcome back. I'm doing another quick trade recap. You can see that this trade just exploded. It was about a $500-600 risk. And I'm just kind of gonna break this down. I may be doing this a little bit more often when it comes to just trades based off of the higher time frame. And something told me to take this, so I went ahead and took it. And as you can see, currently up 571 on a combine. And then if you obviously add the trade that's running, that will be about 800 up. But let's see. I'll probably start trailing this a tad bit, even though we're super impulsive right now to the upside. That would give me a trailing stop of 155. Um, hmm. We might just keep it honestly down here. Um, or should we just TP on it? Let's go. So I think I'm gonna
Order
just go ahead
filled.
TP on it and be satisfied with that 782 off of that one trade with a $500 risk. So that's close to a 1.5 R. And I'm gonna break this down. So really I just went first off of the daily time frame, right? Um, and I can see that we're bullish on the daily time frame. Um, this is my daily low and this is my daily high right here. So this was my daily break of structure. And you can see that this is a very strong break to the upside. Now we do have a lot of resting liquidity to the downside, but you can see we took out this area of liquidity. So that was a good sign within itself. You can also see that we had a strong impulse out of this zone right here. And we also created a daily imbalance. Now, if I go down to the 4-hour time frame, we were bullish on the 4-hour time frame. So we had the break of this high from this low. So I wanted to see this low kind of hold. And you can see also that this low held on this 4-hour push to the upside as well. So we had this push up right here. Buyers are still in this area. And then I expected buyers to still be in this area and at least push us up to here, if not even here. So this was my 4-hour break of structure. So 4 hours bullish, daily time frames bullish as well. Let's check out the 1-hour time frame. And I believe the 1 hour is bearish for me right here. So this was my 1-hour break of structure that I'm anticipating, we maybe get a retest somewhere in here to then possibly go down into here. So with all of that info, I expected the 1 hour to pull us back somewhere around here, possibly, and maybe even higher because you can see we have equal highs on the 1-hour time frame. We know the 4 hours bullish as well as the daily. So with all these time frames being bullish, 1 hour is bearish, I went down to the lower time frame to see what price was telling me. And you can see at this moment we had a strong push or break of structure right here on the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute break of structure, which that creates a 5-minute level of demand, which I could have had a way better entry, but I entered on the breakout. So this was my demand, and you could have had an entry in here or even a little bit lower. But I entered right around here thinking that we would continue up. And I decided, you know what, let me protect myself and make sure I have enough room to let this trade play out because I was fairly confident in it. My first TP was right here. Yeah, my first TP was right here. At first, I had my stop loss around like right here, so it was a 1-to-1, but I decided to change it up just a bit. Sometimes I don't always go for a 1-to-1 or higher, but it just has to make sense for the trade. I thought we are gonna break out, so I just put it down here once we started pulling back a little bit deeper than I wanted to see. And then this was TP1 with 3 contracts on for micros. And then this was, I believe, TP2 or close to it. Let me see if I can see the positions that I took. Positions. Let's see. Canvas. Maybe it's here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can see the positions. I know there's a way to do it, but I'm not worried about that. I mean, you can see the P&L, so that was like TP1. TP2 was, it was possibly around here actually for TP2. And then TP3 I had up here near these equal highs, but that's a lot that I was still risking on the table. 250. I could easily just get a tighter re-entry or something like that around here and ride this to the upside for a extra $50 instead of risking the whole 250 for price to come back down here and then do that. So one thing I'm going to be focusing on or starting to focus on is momentum, which I think that's going to make a huge difference in the factor for trade setups. You can see we had bearish price movement going down, but then we had strong momentum to the upside right here. So that's telling me, okay, buyers are definitely in control at the moment. And if we look in a different area, you can kind of see the same thing. Momentum is just very important, and that's something I haven't really been taking into account. So right here, we get a strong breaker structure to the upside with strong momentum. We come back into that zone. We end up buying to the upside, but we don't break the high. And then eventually, you can see that we end up breaking this low right here. And then we break this low with some momentum. So from this area to this area is where I'd be looking most likely to get in. Maybe right here on the break of that trend line to then ride the momentum to the downside. And then same thing with here. You can see strong buying pressure. And then you can see on the way down, it's not that strong. It's pretty choppy. It's pretty weak. And then we get into this zone where we're in the lower part of that leg, and we can see strong buying pressure comes back into the market. Then we get strong selling pressure followed by strong buying pressure breaking this high, and that would be where you want to get into the market with that strong buying pressure to take us back to the upside and break this high right here. So that is all for this trade recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.